All right. We back in the building. We back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil. And today we back with another video reaction. Now look, recently I've been a little bit more open-minded about the type of content that I react to. You know, the categories that I get into. Trying to expand a little bit more and give everybody their shine, their just dues. Well, today we got a piece of content from the No Paperwork podcast out of Northern California. Now, look, I've done a piece on them before when the main dude picked up a blammer because somebody was at the door. And I recently did a music review or reaction to BFD, which is the big dude, on my Instagram. Go check that out. Man, I got off on the dude, bro. You know, No Sabo was the record, and you guys need to go check that out, bro. But look, this video here is titled BFD finally closes the chapter on Goldtoes. For those that don't know, BFD is a rapper out of Northern Cali. And he been going in on Goldtoes for a while now. And I guess he finally speaks his truth and is done with the whole fiasco. I watched a piece of it. And before you guys watch a piece of it, I want to say this. I told you so. I was called a hater. I was called this. I was called that. But I told you so. Now let's go ahead and roll the content. Salute to everybody. Make sure you guys go subscribe to this platform if you guys are into that type of content. All right. It is their piece of work, not mine's. So let's get into it and let's see what these young gentlemen and gentle ladies are talking about.
About that earlier before we going to talk about toes, right?
Right.
It's toes, all these with the Thumps thing, right? Thumps going to LA playing handball with the Southerner, and then all of a sudden there's these narratives of, well, why is he mad at toes and he's not mad at Thumps?
Right.
Right? And they're making videos about it.
Right.
One dude said I was his stepbrother or some shit.
Yeah, I seen that. Right. You were Goldtoes'
Like
stepbrother.
So clarify that. Are you?
No, I'm not related to that dude at all.
Very quick. I want to say this, bro. People keep saying that that dude Thumps played handball with an 18th Streeter. There's no confirmation from anybody from 18th Street that they played ball with Thumps. Okay. Maybe. Is it possible? Yeah, of course. Is it possible Thumps is lying? Of course. But we didn't see no dude with tattoos. We didn't see no dude on camera saying Barrio 18. We didn't see none of that, bro. We just saw nothing. We saw Thumps playing handball with some older gentlemen. You know, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But let's continue.
Right. But there's an obvious difference, right? One is a handball game in the Southerners' hood, right?
Yeah.
One is a fucking handball game in the Southerners' hood.
Right.
And whether or not I would have played handball with the Southerner, I wouldn't have played handball with the Southerner, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean Thumps is like a bad dude for playing handball with the Southerner. You know what I'm saying? Thumps would do whatever he wants.
Right.
Right? They don't have immediate funk. He's not at Hal Park playing fucking handball with the Southerner, right? He's fucking down in Venice, right? Handball with the Southerner, right? He's at Hal Park playing fucking.
All right, I wanted to emphasize that because a lot of people in the comments keep saying Chito Ranas don't got a hood no more. Hal Park is not there. Chito Ranas got ran out. Chito Ranas is blah, blah, blah. Active Nortenos just said Thumps is not down in Hal Park playing ball with the Southerners. That would be a problem. So the hood's still there? Hal Park is still there. I mean, Chito may not be there because now he a rap superstar. But I'm pretty sure his homeboys or some people are still there. The family, the families. So I just wanted to emphasize on that since people keep saying that Hell Park is not there no more. Well, there you go.
Handball with the Southerner, right?
Mhm.
He's
Mhm.
fucking down in Venice, right?
Right.
And the difference with that and Toes is looking to exploit the situation, right? And he calls it, he makes it seem like it somehow benefits the people, the homies,
Right.
right? When it just undermines them. There isn't really, it's exploitation, right? There's nothing, because we know we could be successful, right? We've seen the TYSs be successful.
Right.
We've seen the Woodies be successful.
Right.
It shouldn't, if we have real issues with them, we shouldn't have to sacrifice who we are and whatever we're doing, you know what I'm saying, for our career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's what Moose Man and then were saying on HaterWorld, right? They were saying like, oh, because they bang too much in their music. Again, like that's false. But even then, why is the North the only
One being asked to send all that stuff.
why are
aside.
we the only one that okay? So we box ourselves, but everybody else, Crips, Bloods, whatever, Southerners, they can all do what they want. They can get the views,
Yeah.
but because of who we are, we put ourselves in a box.
All right, what he's talking about right there, because this video wasn't supposed to be about anything else except Goldtoes, right? What he's talking about right there, me and Moose had a conversation about northern rappers. And I'll tell you this, the same thing I told Moose. Ever since I could remember, bro, Norteños have been dissing Southsiders on raps. Ever since the beginning of time, bro. The majority of their music in the 90s revolved around dissing scrapas, all right, dissing Southsiders. Since the beginning of time, bro, there was never a chance for Norteños to be successful in rap because all their music from the beginning was always dissing Southsiders, bro. It was never music you can enjoy. It was never music that was timeless. It was never music that others can listen to and be like, oh, this is pretty hard. It was always fuck scrappa, scrappa killer, scrappa this, scrappa that, scrappa blah, 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 blah. That's all it ever was, bro. That's all it ever was. All Darkroom Familia in the 90s, early 2000s, that's all it was, bro. That was like the main label over there. You know, now times are changing. Now they got better music. I'm not going to lie to you. The other day, somebody put me onto Fade 300 and I heard a couple of songs. I'm like, oh, these are pretty tight. And I thought when they did Suckers, I thought it meant like Southsiders, because from my understanding, they are busters, we are suckers. But now the word suckers is used towards your enemy. It doesn't matter if it's blue or red. A sucker is basically your enemy. So when I was listening to Fate 300, he said sucker. So I'm like, all right, I ain't no bitch ass fool, so he ain't talking to me. You know, he didn't say anything that I can understand was disrespectful towards me. So hey, until I do, then maybe I change the song. But that one was pretty hard. I don't even know what it's called, to be truthfully honest. So basically what I'm trying to say is that now music is changing. Now the artists that they got up there, I'm starting to peep game, pay attention maybe a little bit more. And it's not always all scrappa killer like it was in the 90s. So they might have a change, they might have a chance now. But back then, they didn't have no chance, bro. Especially with artists like Lil Rob and everybody that was trending back then. It's Lil One, Night Owl. They were making fucking ridiculous noise. There's no room for Scrappa Killer and this other weird shit these fools had going on, you know. And not to say that Southsiders weren't dissing. Yeah, of course they were. But it was maybe one song out of 15 songs out of the album. And maybe one album out of 5 albums that artists dropped. It wasn't like a whole fucking compilation made towards Nortes. You feel what I'm saying? There's memorable mentions. You had Big Locote, the Red Killer, uh, and a few others, bro. You can go find them, you know, and a lot of people dissed Nortes as well, but it wasn't as big as them dissing us because they created whole albums, whole movements behind all that shit. But let's continue, bro.
It's not true.
Right. It's not true.
But the Bay Area period is boxed. right? Like you had two shorts in E40s,
Oh, and by the way, Fate 300, he's not a norteño. He a bulldog.
but who since LaRussell? Yeah, but LaRussell still isn't on the Grammy hype. He ain't. He's he's doing numbers.
Yeah.
Independent. The independent game is what got us pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Right. Like major labels would come at Northern California artists.
All right, so I'm gonna move forward a little bit. It's at 4 minutes and 50 seconds where they start talking about Goldtoes again.
All these artists have their money. They don't have that push though, because what do GB got his money, AWACS got his money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Rico got his money.
Yeah.
They're not millionaires, but they got
Acito.
Acito. They got their money. Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
Right. All these artists have their money. They don't have that push though, because what are you going to give them that they can't give themselves?
Right.
And that's the blessing and the curse of Northern California. That's one of the
with
biggest
Toes,
reasons.
with Toes specifically, this has been the pattern, right? I started talking to Goldtoes because of the S.P.M. stuff,
right.
right? Like, why?
Real quick, the dude in the black, I don't know his name, fool. I really don't know. And the girl in the middle, I don't know either. I've never watched the whole podcast, so I can't tell you who they are. BFD, I know who he is because of that song No Sabo, and because Gravedigger disrespects him, and I fuck with my boy Digger. So listen. The dude in the black said, these artists got their money, right? He mentioned a bunch of northern rappers, right? They got their money. But what else can you provide besides paying them for their royalties, which they can do themselves? And that's the same shit I said like 5 years ago. Why in the fuck were any homies signing to GT Digital when you could go to TuneCore and do it yourself? You could go to CD Baby. Well, I don't even know if CD Baby exists anymore, but TuneCore, and then you have another one. There's another one, bro. All right, but I remember TuneCore from back in the day. You go and you pay a little amount of money, you upload your record, and that shit gets distributed to Apple, Spotify, Tidal, all platforms, bro. Google Music or Play, whatever the fuck it is. It gets Amazon. It goes everywhere, and you collect your money, bro. Now it's up to you to promote that bitch. It's up to you to put it out there. It's up to you to make people go listen and stream it, right? But when you go to GT Digital, they do the same thing that TuneCore does, which is cool. I guess he's providing a service in that way, but they just make it out to seem like you're getting some kind of exclusive fucking deal, and you're getting all this money, and you're a fucking made man now, and now you're gonna buy a mansion and the Rari, and now all of a sudden you're signed to GT, and the bags are gonna start coming in from left or bro. He don't do nothing for you unless he sees something in you. All right, and that's a fact. You know, if he sees something in you, then all of a sudden he'll push you, which is good because that's business, right? In business, you're not out here to push every fucking bum. But I think that after 6 months of you signing to a label, any label, it don't have to be GT Digital, signing to a label and you don't see no movements, it's time to bounce, my boy. You're just wasting your time. You should, unless you're getting a big bag up front, and even if they shelf you, who gives a fuck if you got a big bag? You feel me? But if they didn't give you a big bag and they keep pushing you off to the side, it's time to go. You know, believe me, bro, it's 2026, homie. You could do it all yourself. All of it. All of it, you could do it yourself. You don't need to sign to no little distribution deal, label, or none like that. And if you need it, fuck it, you need it. But you really don't. Bro, you go viral easy. Pick up your phone and film yourself saying some dumb shit. You know, you go as far as saying, you could go as far as saying like, fuck BFD, he a fat motherfucker. And bam, he he gonna reply, and then boom, now you're up and running, bro. You know, I'm just fucking around, bro. I used to be fat too. It's all good. You know, we were fat brothers at one point. Not no more. Let's go.
Why do you keep pushing this dude? Why do you
Okay, here we go. This is where BFD starts talking about Goldtoes kicking it with S.P.M. This is the meat and the potatoes. Let's get it.
stuff?
Right.
Right? Like, why do you keep pushing this dude? Why do you keep talking so highly about this dude who was convicted of being a chomo?
Right.
Right? And like, we Like, you fuck with so many homies. Why do you keep doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the time, he had supposedly going to do this fucking movie about his life, and he had this clip where he was in an attorney booth with S.P.M. That was going to be in a movie, and he's like talking this inspirational stuff at this thing, right? And so that's how I met Toes. Was me like, hey, homie, hey, what do you like? What the fuck? You were in an attorney booth with S.P.M.
Right.
Like, is that like a real thing that happened? Like, he was a chomo. He's a chomo, bro.
Right.
You know, what the fuck you doing in a fuck? That's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then with that dude Green, whatever his name is, Green,
Sean Green.
right? That fool just got out of prison for the edit, right? And fucking for with a straight like
On Megan's
7
Law.
years.
Yeah.
Did 7 years for, and he built a label with him.
Oh, hold on. The mic went out. Plug it in. Push it in. I think your mic went out.
Hello? That was weird.
Hello?
Hello?
Say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mic went out.
All right, so real quick, bro, what he's talking about is Goldtoes kicking it with S.P.M. still, trying to make moves with him. Remember, Big Boy LA Icon interviewed Goldtoes, and he asked him what's up with S.P.M. and he goes, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna speak for him. I'm gonna let him do his own shit when he gets out. I mean, I'm gonna let him speak for himself when he gets out." That's what Goldtoes said, bro. And Goldtoes has been going to a lot of Southside podcasts. And he's actually scheduled to go to a lot of big dog Southside podcasts. All right. But people tend to forget he's best friends with S.P.M., a convicted child. You know what? All right. People still gonna do business with him? People still gonna do business with him? I don't know. It seems like people sell out for money nowadays. Will you be voting in California this year? What the fuck? This is why you don't give people your number. So back to what I was saying, bro. Is people still gonna be kicking it with Gotos, knowing that he's kicking it with a child? You know what? Come on, bro. Listen, homie. They say look who you around, and that's who you'll become. They say kick it around with three broke motherfuckers. You're gonna be the fourth. Come on, dog. Listen, bro. Listen. Every time you turn on my channel, all you see is righteous motherfuckers, bro. When you see people in attendance with me. Now, yeah, I might be reacting to some bullshit here and there. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm not associated to half the shit I react to. But when you see people around me and you see people in my building or people that I interview, every single motherfucker that I've interviewed or been in the same room with in this building or even outside anywhere is one righteous motherfucker, bro. And it's easy to do a background check on people that are here. Go look at my videos. I take pride in that, bro. I take pride in not having to sell out for money when people have offered me money to do interviews and they got trashy backgrounds. I take pride in people and me not taking money when I may need the money. I may want the money. The money may be better, may be good for my company, but it means me getting in bed, you know, with either the other side, which I know a lot of my peers ain't gonna like that, or do business with a dude that kicks it with S.P.M. when it might be good for the time being, but for the long run, it's going to destroy my brand. Come on, bro. Like, come on. And how much backlash did I get? How much disrespect did I get from other Southsiders, from other homies, from other people that are my peers, bro? Come on. How many people in the comments? Come on. A lot. A lot, homie. People said I was delusional, said I was stupid, said this, said that, blah, blah, blah. I gave up. I said, all right, you guys want to kick it with bullshit, you guys go ahead and do your thing. I ain't looking that way no more. Too many crybabies. So now you got BFD, active, righteous Norteño, from what I've looked into, speaking about trash from up there. So you got to give him respect because he's standing on business. You know, right now it ain't about blue or red. Right now it's about what's right and what's wrong. And he's standing on business. He's saying, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a fuck if you're Goldtoes, you know, or your fucking silver teeth. I don't give a fuck. If you do some fucking fucked up shit, we gonna call you out on it. And I respect that, bro. So let's continue.
Hold
What the
on.
fuck?
Okay, there goes.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then he built a label with him,
Right.
right? So this has been a pattern. That's why I don't compare my brother Thumps with that dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a pattern. You just let go of everything that after you built your career with the homies, you fucking, that's why. And I never talk about it on this, but people keep bringing it up and doing that type of shit like I'm hating on them. This ain't hate. This is legit stuff.
What he's saying is, you use the Southsiders, you use the Norteños, you use the homies to build your brand, and then you fucking left us, or didn't even leave us, but then you forgot about our politics and our rules to go get money with somebody else that you shouldn't be getting money with. Straight up. I mean, there's a lot of people like that, bro. They're called culture vultures. Culture vultures. They'll come, they'll use your culture because they know there's money. They'll attract the people that are from your culture, and then they'll kick you to the curb and do it themselves, or fuck everything. I'm rogue now, or I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm rich now. You can't get me. Blah blah blah. So there it is. That was 3. Uh, I ain't got nothing else to say about this except for I told you so. All right. At the end of this video, I'll try to put the video that I did about 3 years ago, where it was Goldtoes coming to California, Goldtoes coming down south or some shit like that, dropping videos. I dropped it like on Christmas. I remember, bro. I was at home and I was just bored as fuck, bro. The festivities, and I came to the studio and I dropped that piece of content, and it did good. I don't know. I think like 80,000, 90,000 views. So I'll put it at the end. And with that being said, salute to everybody. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Keep in mind, bro, I'm being more open minded about the content I react to. So you guys can send me content to bluedevilreactions@gmail.com. All right. I'll put a little strip down here on the next video. bluedevilreactions@gmail.com. All right. And I'll go ahead and start picking out of that email and reacting to them. With that being said, salute to the No Paperwork Podcast. I'm gonna tap in a little bit more. I'm Blue Devil. Until next time, we out this bitch. Let's go.